So you're thinking of moving to Kyle, Texas. Well, in this video, we're going to tour 3 different homes currently available, all under $350,000. Then at the end of the video, I'm going to do some price comparisons, give you an estimated monthly mortgage payment so you can see which house and neighborhood might be the best fit for you. We're going to get after it right now. Hey, Daniel here. If you're thinking of making a move to the Kyle area, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on the local real estate news. You know, before becoming a realtor, I was a band director for 10 years. But the reason I've chose both jobs is because I really do enjoy making a positive difference in people's lives. So it doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, you can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. Be happy to help you make a smooth move to the Kyle area. All right, let's jump into this first tour. The first house we're checking out today is a 1,674 square foot home, 1-story, 3-bed, 2-bath, listed at $319,000. We are close to downtown Kyle on the west side of Kyle, and this neighborhood is called Hometown. I'll kind of pan around so we can kind of see the neighborhood. This particular home was built in 2008. I'll give you a sense of the age of the neighborhood. Really beautiful neighborhood. Wide open streets, very few cars parked on the street. It's one of those situations where you're driving down the main road thinking this doesn't look like a great place, and then you turn into Hometown, you're like, oh, this is beautiful. Really mature trees, like I said, wide open roads. We are very close to Wallace Middle School. I wouldn't say we're walking distance, but the infrastructure is not there. As soon as you leave the neighborhood, there's not a lot of sidewalks. But you're about a 3-minute drive from downtown Kyle. So kind of give you a sense of where we are. So let's go check it out. Really beautiful curb appeal with this home. I love the mature trees, this whole front yard, some gravel and some stepping stones. And then we have this really large covered front patio space, really private too. Beautiful door with that mosaic frosted glass. To the right here, so a closet space. Pretty tall ceilings too. I wasn't expecting that for a 2008 home at this price range. Let's go left first. It's a really interesting floor plan. So starting with the full bathroom, single sink. Interesting because they have 2 mirrors, but just the 1 sink. It's a decent amount of space. You can see we have tile flooring here, and that extends into the bathroom there. And then we have first guest bedroom. Does come with a fan, which is nice. And this goes into wooden floors. So I prefer that actually with pets. If we did not have carpet in the bedrooms, I definitely prefer that. And then second bedroom also with a fan. Both decent sized bedrooms. To the right here, we have our utility room. Some nice shelving. Looks like they tried to do a little bit of shiplap in the back there. I wish they extended it further down and further up. They didn't finish it, but A for effort. And here we have our 2-car garage. You can definitely tell it's seen better days, right? Kind of wear and tear on the walls here. This home also is something you can't tell obviously through YouTube, but it has a little bit of a musk, a little bit of an odor. So not a terrible thing, but if you are, selling your home and it's a little older, have your realtor walk in and just ask them point blank, do you smell anything? What I always do for my listings, regardless if it's older news, I put Glade plugins in 3 different spots in the house. That usually fixes that issue, but the smell would probably turn someone off if they walked into this house. It's definitely an important factor. So to the right here, this actually is our kitchen and dining area. So it's rare you see the dining area facing the front of the house. It's usually in the back. So I thought that was a nice little feature of this one. Plenty of space too. And then this is the pantry, so not the biggest pantry. They did add the island in the middle here. It is not the same material as what was built in here. This is a laminate countertop, pretty cheap. But it is nice. It looks okay. As soon as you walk in, it's not obvious that's completely different. It fits the vibe. It's kind of cream colored cabinets to that countertop. Tons of cabinet space here though. And because of the island, lots of countertop space. the stainless steel appliances. It looks pretty good. Now the flooring changes back to this engineered hardwood. Very different feel on this side of the house. So I love how large this living area space is. They have a formal dining here, as well as kind of that breakfast nook back there. I don't know if I would do it like this. I might put a table here, but maybe just for board games, puzzles, that kind of thing, and then eating is next to the kitchen. But you just have this wide open space to use however you see fit. Really like this door, the amount of natural light coming in, and then they added the doggy door in the screen door. So back here, very, very large deck that they built out. I do wish it had cover, it had a roof over it. There's no covering here, which is a problem to me. There's a little bit of grass, right? So for your dog, a decent amount over here. For your dog, they can potty, they can run a little bit. Not the greatest view, you know, you're just looking at the side of someone's house. But I do appreciate the amount of privacy. You can't see much of your neighbor, and they're kind of far away over there. And same with this neighbor. You do get this extra shed for more storage. One thing I'm always concerned about though with the decks is just what's living underneath it, right? The snakes, I don't want, you know, my dog to get bit. So that's something to definitely consider. You know, with my personal backyard, we thought about extending it with a deck, and then we just decided against it, and we're gonna extend it with concrete instead, because we don't want critters living underneath the deck, right? And then coming out and causing problems. So something to be aware of. Maybe it's just me, but I'm always a little cautious with decks in Texas. Okay, let's go check out the primary. They've staged this home really well. Yeah, I love these tall ceilings, and then it slants down with the roof over there. Did the same thing in the living room. Really nice size, really open, well-lit bedroom. Pretty good size closet space too for older homes. You're not quite sure what you're gonna get. I like that they have the built-in shelves here. And then bathroom does come with a garden tub if that's important to you. You do get dual vanity. I love the individualized mirrors here. Really stylish upgrades they've done here. I wish the shower was a little bit bigger. My personal preference would be much bigger shower and maybe a linen closet there. I just never would use the tub. Pretty standard tub. I'm 6'1", and I know I wouldn't fit in that very comfortably. So, you know, if you're smaller and you enjoy taking baths, then this one might be a good fit for you. But cool. This was the first house, like I said, listed at $319,000. Now we're gonna go check out another home a little further away from downtown. And it's actually $1,000 less and bigger. So let's go check that house out. The second house we're checking out today is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,042 square foot home. This is listed at $318,000. Now we are in Mill Creek, which is a somewhat newer construction neighborhood, very small kind of pocket community in East Kyle, very close to Euland. That's going to be important later in the video when we start figuring out monthly mortgage payments, because the tax rate here is much lower than being closer to Kyle. Just so you can kind of see the street. A lot more parking on the road on this street. These homes are D.R. Horton, he's the builder. Really quiet street though. And you can tell it's a newer neighborhood just because the trees are very young, not very mature yet. But let's go check out this house. I don't understand why people don't pressure wash their driveways when they list them. It's driving me crazy. But the front of this house is really nice. I like the stone to brick exterior, the red door, little covered front patio space. So this home will be much larger as it is over 2,000 square feet. We have this front area, a little coat closet here. Looks like we have luxury vinyl plank flooring throughout. It looks really nice. Here's our half bath, pedestal sink, pretty basic. Nice tall ceilings throughout this home. So immediately we get into the kitchen. It's an okay size. The island is a pretty good size. I don't like it when the sink's in the island. It just takes up a lot of the space you would have, but without the island, this would be very small. And then to the left here is our utility room, pretty deep. The shelf above. Oh, that's loud. Oh, that would drive me crazy. You need to WD-40 that, people. Shelving in here, built in, decent amount of space. It's gonna be tough to fit 2 cars in here, honestly. But it is, jeez. It is new and smells better than the last house we were in, so that is a bonus. Here we have our pantry, deep pantry. All right, going under the stairs. I do like the look of this kitchen, this granite countertop, and then this gray with the chrome, right, silver handles. It's really nice. Formal dining area / opening to our main living area. Turn left here, a little vestibule, and then we're in our primary bedroom. No fan, which is very odd. Very rarely have I seen a primary bedroom without a fan. Very, very odd that D.R. Horton didn't include that in this build. Going back to the LVP, only 1 sink too. That's a big problem for me and my wife. But decent shower size. I like that they also have the waterfall, there we go, words. Waterfall head as well as the adjustable shower head. And then a decent closet space, just a large square, nothing too fancy. But yeah, that 1 sink, no fan, very odd. Living room space feels quite good. And then we have the recessed lighting throughout. It's really well lit, this house. This backyard is a problem. So, pretty skinny. Back patio is covered, but then I don't know why they did this. I don't know what's going on here. We would need to ask. There's just sand everywhere. Not the biggest backyard. It's okay. It's not that great though. This is definitely a con for this house, just the backyard. You're gonna have to do stuff to get grass growing here, which you shouldn't need to do, right? So yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. Nope, that dog agrees, right? That's right, all right. He gets it. Check out upstairs next. So I said this is East Kyle. It's about a 10-minute drive from where I just came from. If you're out of, you don't live near here and you're not quite sure kind of proximity to everything, Kyle's not that big of a town. Immediately walking up, we walk into the bathroom upstairs. It's a pretty good sized bathroom. I like the design. So we have a single sink cabinet and then shelving here inside. It looks great. Here we have guest bedroom number 1. Everything's carpeted upstairs. If there's no fan in the primary, there's definitely not going to be fans in the guest rooms. Guest bedroom number 2 with a little walkway. These are decent sized rooms, pretty typical closet spaces. The ceiling opens up here for the landing, this vaulted ceiling. It's a really nice look. Pretty good amount of space here. You could easily fit a couch here, maybe an L shape if you wanted to, the TV there and a console. Like plenty of room to do however you want to space out this room. And then guest bedroom number 4 with a slightly nicer closet. Not too much bigger. Cool, so there you have it. That was D.R. Horton, 2,041 square feet, whatever I said, in Mill Creek. So now we got one more house. It's gonna be a little bit further north, still on the east side of Kyle, so I'll see you over there. One more thing before we leave this property, I just saw it. Make sure you check the air filters. It gives you a good sense of how well the owner took care of it. As I was leaving, I saw this, and that is really nasty. It has not been changed in quite a long time. So that would be very scary for me buying this house. Definitely need an inspection done on the HVAC system to make sure I'm not getting a costly $10,000 bill because the filters weren't changed, frequently enough by the last owner. So that's a big thing to check out for whatever house you're looking at. Make sure you look at the air filters too. That's super, super gross, but cool. All right, I'll see you at the next house. So the final house we're checking out is really cool. This is a 1,456 square foot, 3-bed, 2-bath, listed at $345,000. We are in Las Estancias, which is more of a rural, almost a trailer park. It's a really interesting, odd neighborhood, far east Kyle. Kind of pan around so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Like this is next door with this open fencing. You see a manufactured home there. And this one has a fence built in. Very, very, very unique. Every single home is very different here. This home is really cool. So we have this automated gate and then this side entrance. I'm gonna go through the side entrance so you can really get a sense of this massive lot that you're in. So this is 1/3 acre lot. They have a little outdoor dog area. Maybe the dogs will come greet me. I'll pan over to them. Sorry if it's a little windy right now, but super tall fence line. This is taller than a regular fence. So you can see here's the side of the house, but this is so much concrete space. You could fit every car you're ever gonna own in this lot. Personally, I would add a pickleball court, maybe a basketball court. You have so much space, do whatever you want with this. This was built in 2017, so about 8 years old. What's really cool is this back patio. So they have a built-in kitchen. They have a sink here, an oven there, large covered pavilion. As I said, this fence super tall, looks about 10 feet tall, so ultimate privacy. I can't see anything except blue sky. And then looks like we have a walkway out here. You can kind of do whatever you want with this area as you see fit. I'm sure a lot of this will be taken away, but that's definitely built in, that that shed. And it looks like there's a second shed behind it too. So it's a shame we don't have a doorway. Oh, and then the fridge too. It's a shame we don't have a doorway, between just going from your living room or your kitchen straight back here, because it is elevated. But still, I was not expecting this. For a home under $350,000 to have a backyard kitchen, I've never seen that. So this is incredible. With the tile flooring too. Yeah, really, really nice. All right, let's check out inside. Now, inside is also quite nice. I grew up, I don't know if I've said this on the YouTube channel before, but I grew up in Scotland. My whole family lives over there. I moved to Texas when I was 11 years old. And when we moved to Texas, we moved to Elgin, which is just east of Austin. And I grew up in a trailer. So when I walked in, I was like, okay, I know a trailer. Trailers have gotten way better since the early 2000s when I was living in them. So let's go check this one out. We have this side patio here uncovered. And this I didn't point out. They have the lights built in too. So when you're walking up at night, it's well lit for you, which is a nice addition. Got the Ring camera doorbell. So really spacious living room area with the built-in shelving. It's really cool with the electric fireplace underneath. And then this kitchen's incredible. Really nice marble countertop, spacious island, large stainless steel range and fridge. Backsplash goes all the way to the roof. Very tasteful with that light blue. Pantry, a cool pantry glass door. I've never seen this before, but they did this, it's wallpaper, but in the pantry. It's a cool look, really cool look. And then dining area here, the wainscot on the wall, looks great. To the left here, we have our guest bathroom. Again, farmer sink. You don't expect to see that in the bathroom, some natural light coming in too. Really cool, just added fixtures here. The mirror, it's really well updated. Here's the utility area. And then this would be the back front door, however you decide to use this. A little side nook here, you can fit a desk in as they're showing. Here's guest bedroom number 1 with a fan, LED light, decent amount of space, and guest bedroom number 2. Basically the same space, same amount of space. And then over here, we have our primary bedroom. Not that big compared to other homes I've seen. It's not terribly small, but it's not huge. We have this long closet where they've just kind of left the shelving they used here. Some natural light coming in, which is a great addition. This surprised me. This is a really nice bathroom. So we have dual vanity, individual mirrors, updated light fixtures above. It's a really cool look. And then a massive bathtub. I'm 6'1" and I could actually fit in this bathtub. Like, this bathtub is exciting to me. The frosted window, and then just looking out to that backyard. And then you do have a walk-in shower with stools on either side. Yeah, this is a really cool property, really unique. Something to be aware of, because typically with lower priced homes, I'll do videos showing, check out these great deals, because it's been on the market for over 100 days. This has been on the market for about a week, and it's listed under $350,000. So what I'm seeing in the Kyle San Marcos area is a lot of listings coming on the market. They just know, okay, it's a buyer's market. I just need to list it a little bit lower than I would have maybe a year or two ago. And so we're seeing brand new homes come on the market, and they're already at a pretty good price for buyers. So if you're thinking of buying in this area or moving to this area, it really is a good time to buy. But don't just look at the old listings to find a great deal. This home is so unique, and this lot placement is so unique. It's also worthwhile checking out homes that are just coming on the market, because I doubt this is going to stay on the market for too much longer. But cool, there you go. There's 3 different homes. Now we're going to go back to my home office, and I'm going to quickly give you a monthly mortgage payment, estimated monthly mortgage payment, so you can kind of get a sense of how much would it cost to live in each of these homes. So I'll see you there. So here we are back at the home office. Let's figure out the monthly mortgage payment for each home. So you see I have the 3 homes here. Starting with the first home, it's listed at $319,000. Now we have to input 2 other numbers. That's important here. The other 2 numbers is the tax rate and then the HOA fee. Okay, so 319, and this one is 2.7392. 2.7392. So this calculator I'm using right now, it's actually something I use on my phone. I help with buyer clients in the moment. If we're looking at a house, we really like it, then I can input these numbers, 100 quarterly, so that's 400 annually, and get a better sense of how much the monthly mortgage payment is. So we're going to start with a 3.5% down scenario and see what that looks like. So with 3.5% down, we're looking at $2,987. So we can understand what makes that number up. P&I is principal and interest. The principal is the loan amount, and the interest is the interest on the loan. That's a set number, 1,903.17. That's never going to change, okay? What can change, you can lower that number if you refinance the loan after the first year. So if interest rates come down, I would recommend to all my clients to refinance their loan, and then you'll pay lower per month. It's never going to go up, though, is the point. Taxes, because of that tax rate, very high tax rate. Insurance, again, kind of a guesstimate. MIP is mortgage insurance premium. So it's a premium you're paying because your loan, you own less than 20% of the home, basically, in equity. So as soon as if you do a 20% down payment or you own at least 20% in equity of the house, you no longer need to pay that. And then HOA fee. So if we did 20% down, let's see what that does. So we're just shy of $3,000 a month with this scenario. If we do a conventional loan, and we make a 20% down payment, what does that do? just shy of $2,600, so we're about $400 less a month. Definitely something to look at if you can do that large of a down payment. So that's a starting point for us, about $2,600, and that's the home. That was the home that was close to downtown Kyle. It was in Hometown, which was the subdivision. So the next house we checked out was way further east, and you're going to get much lower tax rates than downtown Kyle. So this is also $1,000 less. That's not going to matter much though. $318,000. Let me start by switching this to an FHA again. With FHA loans, you can do 3.5% down and typically get a lower interest rate too, which is why they're pretty popular for first-time homeowners. 318, 1.87, way lower. That's going to make a big difference. 1.87 and 90 quarterly. It's down here. 1.87 and 90 quarterly, so that's 360 annually. Pretty low. So with this, we're looking at $2,744 a month for this scenario with this home. So it's $1,000 less, but like I said, that's actually not the thing lowering this. What's lowering it is the massive drop in the tax rate. That's why you're saving about $250 a month on this one versus the last house, purely because of that tax rate, which is based on placement of the home. Okay, and then let's say we did a conventional and a 20% down payment, so we don't have to pay that mortgage insurance premium. And that gets us down to $2,356 a month. So if you're able to do 20%, $318,000 in Kyle, get you around $2,356 a month. Okay, let's check out the last home, the really cool house I just came from. So this one listed at $345. This back to FHA. And so for this neighborhood, Las Estancias, incredibly low tax rate, again, 1.70, and there is no HOA here. So that's interesting because it's the highest priced property, but the lowest tax rate we've seen and 0 in HOA fees. So what does that do to it? So this is actually lower than the first house. Even though the first house was, what, $319,000 and this one's $345,000. So that tax rate really does play a factor in what you're paying per month. It's really important that we understand that and we think about that, especially in Kyle. In most cities, it's a small change. In Kyle, it's a really high tax rate until you get further out of it, and then it drops substantially. San Marcos, typically low tax rates in most places, but a lot of new construction happening in Kyle, and that typically raises the tax rate. And then, so that's just shy of $2,900 a month for this one, which again was lower than that first house. Now let's see if I did a 20% down payment. What does that do? That gets us to $2,474. So with the 3 homes we saw today, again, everyone's situation is different. I'm kind of just going off the average for the interest rate you're going to get. If you have really poor credit, then that will probably increase your interest rate. If you have great credit, you might get a little bit lower interest rate. If you can do more down payment, that's going to lower your interest rate. There's a lot of factors. That's why it's really important you speak with a realtor. If you're earnestly looking to purchase a home, don't use the Zillow calculators. There's just so many factors. It's not going to know your specific situation. And so it's important, A, you contact a realtor, and B, you contact a lender so you can know exactly what interest rate you're capable of getting. But again, doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. Be happy to help you make a smooth move to the Austin area. All of that can be found in the description below. And until next time, I hope to see you around town.